Welcome to another interesting segment on the topic, why do electric cords have metal plugs? When an electrical appliance is switched on, electricity flows into the plug of the appliance cord. Then it flows through the cross wire to make the appliance work. So every appliances need electricity to work. And remember, electricity is a form of energy. What can you see in this picture? What's this? This is a lamp. You see, every lamp has a plug, and the plug is plugged in into what? An outlet. Can you see? So, why don't we get shock from touching the cord? Do you know the reason? Let's learn. This is because electrical wires are wrapped in rubber. Hmm? I know you're saying rubber. Yes, rubber. Rubber is an insulator. Yes. Now let's learn what insulators are. This is a wire and it is covered with an insulator. Can you see the rubber on the wires? These rubbers are called insulators. Say insulator. Yes, insulators. What are insulators? Insulators are materials that do not let electrons flow through them easily. So they are materials that do not allow electricity to flow through them. Rubber, plastic, wood, and glass are good insulators. So, can you see the picture? This is a rubber, and a rubber is a good insulator. What about glass? Your glass cup. Your glass cup is also a good insulator. What about oil, diamond, dry wood? I only said dry wood and not wet wood. Water is a good conductor, and so if your wood is wet, electricity will pass through it. So dry wood is a good insulator. Can you see in this picture conductors and insulator? For example, when you are playing a match, you see Nigeria against Germany. But now we are going to be looking at conductors against insulators. Can you see the picture of conductors, metals, gold, silver? All these are conductors. And insulators, can you see them? The wood, rubber, paper, empty cans. They are all insulators. The electricity in your home comes from power stations in the city or town where you live. Yes, it travels through giant wires that are buried underground or attached to poles high above the ground. The wires are made up of what? Metals. If you have ever traveled out in other countries, they bury their electrical wires under the ground. But in our country, our very own beautiful and lovely country, Nigeria, we can also see our wires on the poles. Have you ever seen the wires on the poles? Can you see this picture? This is a power plant. Power plant in Nigeria, we get our energy from our power plant, which is Kainji Dam. This power plant takes electricity through wires to the poles, and from the poles we get our electric current to the homes. Wow! power plants to electrical wires to people's homes. Sometimes, during storms or accidents, these wires will fall to the ground. If you ever seen a falling power line, stay far away from it. Your body is a good conductor, so electricity from the wires could flow through you and injure you. So, for example, when rain is falling, don't always go outside. Do you know why? The wires can fall on the floor, and if you go close to those wires, you will get shocked. Do you know the reason? Because water is a good conductor. Also, with your blood, you drink water. Your blood is also a good conductor of electricity. And so, when your mom or your dad tells you to stay indoor, obey them because it's for your safety. Wow, I love this picture. Can you see the wires? But you know that these wires are just falling. If a child who is stubborn like Tom tries to go to this place, what do you think will happen? Think, 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 think. Tom will be shocked. So, remember not to go close to wires because they are good conductors of electricity. Now, let's learn some vocabulary words. The first one is appliance and the next is current. Say appliance. An appliance is a machine that uses electricity. And we have various appliances at home. Your refrigerator, your fridge, ceiling fan, your radio, television, you can name them, so on and so forth. They are all appliances and they need electricity to work. The next vocabulary word is current. And current is the flow of something. Yes, the flow of something. So current is the flow of something. Now say appliance and what? Current. Remember, we learned that conductors are materials that allows electricity to flow through them. What about insulators? Insulators are materials that do not allow electricity to flow through them. Remember some examples of conductors? Can you tell me? Metals. What again? Silver and gold. They are good conductors. What about insulator? Rubber, paper, and what? Tires. Yes, these are good insulators too. Wow, I know you enjoyed yourself. So now I'm going to put you through some questions on day 3. The first question says, look at the items below. Write whether each are conductors or insulators. Copper wire is a conductor. Rubber ball. Insulators. Plastic straw also an insulator. Glass bowl. Yes, insulators. Steel springs are conductors. As you can see in the picture, copper wires and steel springs are conductors, while rubber ball, plastic straw, and glass bowl are insulators. The B part says people who work on power lines always wear thick gloves and boots with thick soles. Why do you think that is? Explain how the gloves and boots protect the workers. Do you know? The answer is thick gloves and boots are good insulator, and so it protects the people from electric current flow. Now I want you to answer all questions on day 3. 4, and 5 and make sure you answer them correctly. I know you can do it. Bye. I love you.